Hi, and welcome back to Capital Connection. I am your host, Greg Rollett, and right now I'm joined by an incredible guest. He is a best-selling author, a motivational speaker, and a real estate investing expert, Charles McCutchen. Welcome to Capital Connection.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm really excited to talk to you because you've done so much already in your career, and now you're almost in a second career where you're giving back to folks. And I want to start by talking a little bit about what got you here. So how have you been able to become so successful so fast?
Well, get with the experts. That's the best advice I give people. I started searching for information. When I'm searching for information, I found people that was willing to help me out.
Mm-hmm. And now, you've been successful as a real estate investor and helping other people to get involved in real estate investing, but kind of a passion play for you now that you've become so successful is giving back to the next generation, helping them to become financially literate, making sure that the next generation is going to be successful. So why have you wanted to venture into this kind of as a second career for you?
I look at it this way, the more people we help, the more our blessings come to us. So I'm looking at everything and everybody, and I look at the financial situation of America, and I know I have the information to give that I can just pull people around and say, okay, let's do this together. It's a few steps that people need, and we can get out of the financial debt that we have out there.
I love that. And was there a moment or was there a story or something that's happened to you that said, you know what, Charles, you need to do something about this?
Oh, that's a great one. It was my grandmother. My grandmother passed, and I was working a job, and I was told that I wasn't able to actually go bury her. They asked me, was she my real grandmother? Did she raise me? Because if she didn't raise me, I was not going to be allowed to go, and I was going to, have to face some things. So I said, okay, I need my time back.
And that's so important. And I think a lot of us get caught in that trading time for money, and we're going out and we have to get a job and we're working for somebody else and we're not able to have that time freedom. How were you able to create that time freedom in your own life?
I had to really look at where I was, and like I said, I got with some experts and they just had to teach me a few different things of changing up. Is understanding money was one big asset that they gave me, and so I used that, and now I reach out to other people to say, we got to do a few steps, and next thing you know, I want people to get their time back. I'm tired of being at the movies by myself,
Yeah. And so talk a little bit about the state of the industry. Talk a little bit about the state of the people that you're trying to help and change and make an impact on. What's happening in their lives right now?
Well, right now, if you look at the financial piece of this, we have about $13 trillion sitting in 401ks and money market mutual funds and things of that nature. And they're not making about 1.5%. That's really not making any money. They think they're going to be okay in the long run, but we get older, we can't go back and make it up. So I'm showing people with the W-2s, even the 1099s, we need some basic things set out in front. And one of them is, getting an entity, offsetting the taxes and things of that nature. So once you do that, you can, gain more money back.
Let's talk about someone who's watching right now and they're like, man, I like this Charles guy. I like what he's got to say. How do you help him? What are some of the first steps to get him financially literate, to get some of that time back, to have some more freedom in their life? What are some of the things that they need to think about right now to get started?
I do an assessment with everybody. I really look at what they need. It's not about what I would say, well, I want to do what you do. No, you don't want to do what I do. I want you to do what you're passionate about. So I get with them and I say, okay, we go through a series of things. I ask them a series of questions and figure out, okay, where do you want to be? What are you passionate about, and how? These are some steps you're going to take to get there. I
love that. And again, it really starts with that self-awareness, that self-assessment. And something cool that we like to ask all of our guests here on Capital Connection is talking to kind of the startup version of you. And what's really cool is you're actually doing that. So instead of hypothetically answering that question, you're actually going back and doing that. So if you had to go back and tell yourself 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, what do you need to know to be successful? What would you tell that person? I guess that's who you're talking to right now as well.
I would say find a mentor. That's one of the biggest ones. Find a mentor, find somebody that's successful, that's already done what you're working to do, and you have to follow the steps. And that's what I do. I follow the steps that they give me. So now I've done it. I can go back and I start to teach people, okay, this is how we're going to do it. I can show anybody right now, within 3 years, you can leave whatever job you have because of the income you have coming in, your bills are paid off, and now you can live your dreams.
Yeah, mentors and coaches, it's so important. It's also, again, being self-aware and also being humble enough to ask for help, right? Because when you're at that younger stage, you think you can do it all, don't you?
Without a doubt, without a doubt. And that's good you brought up the younger stage. I'm actually reaching back out to the high schools and colleges because I want them to get this information before they get out there into the working world. And now 10 years has passed and they have the debt and everything. So we're going to stop it early.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so important. Stop it early. Stop it before it becomes that big problem. Someone watching right now and they want to learn more about your books, about maybe bringing you in to speak, or about some of the programs that you have. What are some of the best places to reach you?
One of mine is CharlesMSpeaks at yahoo.com. That speaks with an S at the end of it. I mean, email me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I mean, my name is Charles McCutchen. It's on all social media sites and everything like that. If they Google me, I'll definitely pop up. And, you know, if they reach out to me, we'll get a team of people to work with them, and they'll definitely speak to me one-on-one. So we can actually get a plan for them to move forward.
Yeah, start with that assessment and even use you as that mentor, that coach to help them right now to become successful like you've done. Charles, thanks so much for hanging out with us on Capital Connection. We'll be right back in just a minute with more from Capital Connection.